Abraham Lincoln said that if he had 6 hours to chop down a tree, he'd spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Now you have your own trees to chop down with your organizations. They might be customers you need to satisfy, growth targets you need to hit, products you need to launch. What's the axe you have to chop down those trees with? Well, that's all the resources you have, especially the people in your company that actually do the work. And how do you sharpen that axe? Well, that's effective leadership. That's how you engage all of those resources against the big goals that you have. Sadly, in America right now, we seem to be beating trees with some pretty dull axes. Gallup released the numbers. Only about 34% of all the employees in the US are actively really engaged working for their companies. And sadly, about 10% of all employees are working against their employer. Why is that? Well, an example from my experience. I took over as an executive of a company, had 4 business units reporting to me. All were filled with good people. They had good leaders, but they weren't as effective as they should have been. Where would they have learned to be effective? You don't learn that in engineering school or accounting school, or even really when you get an MBA. Instead, that work of becoming a more effective leader typically comes later in the career of most people. How did I get there? Well, it was about 3 years of coaching and teaching the basics and helping them practice and learn from their experience. You can do the same. Now, it takes more than buying a book on Amazon. There's 60,000 of those. You need to close that know-do gap between the two. And sometimes you need a little help doing that to coach people along that trail, but you can do it. And when you will, you'll find that your businesses are running much more effectively as well.